Want to be taller? What if we tell you that there is something you can do to increase your height? Yes, you heard it right, and it is through stretching before bedtime. Although genetics largely determines how tall you'll become, you can still grow to your full height potential, especially if you're under 25. For today's video, we will be learning what you can do every night before bed to grow taller. Does stretching really help you grow taller? How does it help? Is there a specific stretch you need to do? Find out more throughout this video. What factors affect height? Babies and children grow continuously. This is due to changes in the growth plates in the long bones of their arms and legs. As the growth plates make new bones, the long bones get longer, and the child gets taller. In the first year of their lives, babies typically grow by 50%. Between the ages of 2 and 5, children usually grow by 2.5 to 3.5 inches, or 6.3 to 8.9 centimeters annually. By age 10, children will usually grow by 2.5 inches or 6.3 centimeters every year. During adolescence, which lasts from roughly age 11 to age 21, teenagers will reach the final 15 to 20% of their adult height. After this, the growth plates stop making new bone and a person will stop growing. Due to typical aging processes, people begin to lose height gradually as they get older. Enjoying the video so far? Show some support and hit that like button. The following factors can affect how tall a person will become. Number 1. DNA. DNA is the main factor determining a person's height. Scientists have identified more than 700 different gene variants that determine height. Some of these genes affect the growth plates and others affect the production of growth hormones. Normal height ranges are different for people from different ethnic backgrounds, with DNA being the main determinant. Some genetic conditions, including Down syndrome and Marfan syndrome, can also affect a person's adult height. Number 2. Hormones. The body produces hormones that instruct the growth plates to make new bone. These hormones include: Number 1. Growth hormones. These are made in the pituitary gland and are the most important hormone for growth. Some health conditions can restrict the number of growth hormones the body makes, and this can impact height. For instance, children with a rare genetic condition called congenital growth hormone deficiency will grow at a much slower rate than other children. Number 2. Thyroid hormones. The thyroid gland makes hormones that influence growth. Number 3. Sex hormones. Testosterone and estrogen are very important for growth during puberty. Average height based on sex and age. Males tend to be taller than females. Adolescent males will typically have a major growth spurt at the onset of puberty, about 2 years after their female counterparts, but they may continue to grow for longer than females. Females will typically experience a growth spurt that will subside after the start of their menstrual cycle, which on average occurs at the age of around 12.5 years. I did this every night before bed to grow taller. Once your bones have stopped growing and fusing, stretching and improving your posture can help you appear taller. Try to do these stretches after you've been sitting, since the discs in your spine compress, which makes you look shorter. Number 1. Doing basic lengthening stretches. Touch your toes every night before bed to strengthen your lower back and improve flexibility. Help your spine decompress by stretching it daily. Stand straight with your feet shoulder-width apart and bend your hips forward so your arms drop down. Keep bending until you feel the tension and hold your hands down for 10 to 30 seconds. Don't bend from your upper back or you won't stretch the lower back muscles properly. If you can't reach your toes, don't worry. You'll become more flexible if you stretch every day, so give yourself some time. Number 2. Try to do 5 to 30 bridge exercises a day to stretch your lower back. Lay flat on your back and keep your feet on the floor with your knees bent. Place your arms flat at your side and squeeze your lower abdominal muscles. Lift your hips while you keep your back on the floor and hold this position while you take 3 big breaths. Then lower your hips to the ground and repeat the exercise at least 4 more times. Bridge exercises are also called pelvic tilts. They stretch your hip flexors, which can decompress your spine so you're able to sit or stand a little taller. Number 3. Do hip flexor stretches. Sitting throughout most of the day can push down on your lower back and hips. To stretch yourself out, especially after you've been sitting at a desk, put a cushion on the ground and bend one knee onto it. Keep your other knee in front of you so your leg is bent at a 90-degree angle. Then lean your hips forward until you feel a stretch in your thigh and hold the stretch for 30 seconds. Repeat the hip flexor stretch 3 times for each leg every night before bedtime. If you have a hard time kneeling, stay standing and slide one of your legs forward until it bends slightly. Then repeat this for the other leg. Number 4, practice the cobra pose to relieve back pressure and stretch out your spine. If you find yourself hunching your shoulders forward, take a minute to do a yoga pose that stretches your back out. Lie flat on your belly and keep the palms of your hands flat on your sides. Slowly lift your chest up while you straighten your arms and breathe deeply. Don't tense up the muscles in your lower back or bottom. Instead, relax to decompress your spine. How stretching can help you become taller. We have 33 vertebrae in our spines. Between each vertebrae is a gel-filled intravertebral disc that acts as a cushion of sorts. If these discs become compressed, then the space between your vertebrae shrinks. If the discs expand, then you become a little taller. You cannot become taller by decompressing your spine if your spine is not compressed. But most adults that don't do a lot of stretching have some compression in their spines. Simply getting out of bed and walking around can compress your spine a little. Being overweight or lifting heavy weights can put more strain on the discs, causing them to compress more. People naturally become slightly shorter during the day and taller when they are sleeping. Over the years, gravity can compress a person's spine enough to make them an inch or two shorter. Stretching tips for all ages. Number 1, under the 20s. If you're under 20, rejoice. You'll respond far quicker to a stretching program than older people. However, you're less likely to suffer from poor posture and as such may not see the increases in height from stretching that older adults do. We would encourage you to get into a habit of daily stretching. It will be a good investment that you'll take all through your life and into your old age. Working on and improving your flexibility will complement every other aspect of your fitness regime too. Number 2, 20 to 60. Stretch, but don't push too far too fast, as this can be counterproductive. If you're short of time due to work and family commitments, find a program that features short stretching workouts and stick to it. Muscle stretching exercises were shown to significantly reduce arterial stiffness and improve vascular endothelial function. It's vitally important throughout our middle-age years to invest the time in stretching. Number 3, over the 60s. As we get older, we are more prone to conditions associated with aging such as arthritis, which can hamper our mobility and flexibility. Aside from the natural and unavoidable consequences of aging, a decrease in activity levels associated with getting older also contributes to and magnifies our decreasing flexibility. However, even in old age, flexibility can be regained and significant improvements can be experienced even in those people with arthritis. So, it's especially important, therefore, for older people to first make sure that they are engaged in the battle against inactivity. Walk more, go swimming, follow some gentle aerobics, sprinkle in some Pilates or a stretching program of your own choice, and you'll be adding inches to your height in no time. We believe it's this age group that has the most height to gain by following a stretching program. Stick with it and you'll be walking tall in no time. Are you now convinced that stretching every night before bedtime can help you grow a few inches taller? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. For more interesting facts on the human body, subscribe to the channel. Here are 2 more videos you should check out. Both of them will definitely help you reach your goals.